are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.
Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New Year, new team, it's the same dream. New Knicks City units, boy, they stay clean. I just caught mine off of Fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air, we back at it.
Ah, man, we are back. Welcome back to SKF Weekly. You see it? I am your man, Ron. That is my brother. That is my other brother, Hope. Okay, I'm here holding it down. You know how we do. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am drinking something that is quite ugh. That's all I can say. That's all I can say, man. This is quite ugh. It is Pops. Not Poppies. It is Pops. Zero sugar root beer. It's not an issue about the zero sugar. It's an issue about this taste. But I'm thirsty. So it is what it is, folks. It is what it is. Shout out to everybody. Hope you guys are doing well on another busy night for content. I'm sure the tube is tubing. A lot of different shows on tonight. I saw a couple people on today that I haven't seen in a minute, and I was like, okay, good. Everybody's back in the swing of things. So what to talk about with these New York Knicks? Oh boy. It's so frustrating. It's gonna be okay. Anyway, shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all as y'all streaming or trinkle in. Shout out to my guy Crim's dad, member of the SKF Army. Salute to you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to Walter Blackman in the building. Oh, hold on. The eyes have it. Okay. Now, shout out to Walter Blackman in the building. Good evening, Ron and John. Salute to you, Walter. And thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Shout out to Old Soul Chief in the building. What up, Old Soul? Good to see you, man. Salute, y'all. Appreciate you. Craig is in the building. What up, Craig? L damn it is in the building. Pew, 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 pew. Pew pew. What's going on, L? Hope you're doing well. We got Latorius in the building. Let's go. We are. They is. Let's go. Tori B is in the building, folks. Salute, Tori. Thank you for being here as always. And thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Let's go. All right. So where do we start? Okay, let's start where it needs to start, right? We'll do a recap in a minute. Excuse me. The Knicks have been playing bad, y'all. I mean, a win is a win is a win. But they've been playing bad. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to deal with, man. Don't want to see it. Don't want to say it. But they've been playing bad. It is what it is. I mean, it's a good problem to have. Hey, to play bad and still win games is not a bad thing. But in this case, it is, because this is not, once again, it's always different for the Knicks because the Knicks have championship aspirations. You're not some regular team that's just going out there to win games and see what happens next year. You were trying to win it all this year. So you got to be better. You got to be better. And unfortunately, they're going through a rut of just letting it's like complacency. You know what I mean? Letting the team that they're playing, get going first and put them down and then extend the lead on them. Then they're fighting the whole game to get back in the game. And like this is happening again and again. And this is like old habits. This is not this year's Knicks that I saw too much of this happening. It's happening now. But this is like a couple of years ago, Knicks, they were doing this, getting off the slow starts and stuff like that. Like, oh man. It's just it's frustrating, right? And then last night was really, really a tough one to watch because, I mean, you knew that Golden State didn't have anybody to play. Like, who? I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody's an NBA player, but you guys saw who they were rocking. I mean, the starting lineup for Golden State was Malave Leons, Guy Santos. Guy can play a little bit. I like his game. Quentin Post, Brandon Podziemski. Podziemski's got some game. And Will Richard. That was the starting lineup for Golden State. And they were beating the Knicks by 21 points at one point. Just, just leaves it's a bad taste in you, almost as bad as the way this soda tastes. It's just a bad taste. Ugh. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, like I said, it could be worse. And you guys know it could be worse. We've seen Knick teams in the past play bad and lose. So it could be worse. They won, but it's just, no. It's not, this is not good. It is forming bad habits, right? This is not the type of style of play you want as a team that is trying to gear up for the playoffs and get ready to make a championship run. I know. I know, whole soul. I know. It's just one of them things, man. Like, hey, I just hope they turn it around. But I will tell you, I do think that a lot of this stems from Jalen Brunson struggling to be as consistent with his offensive game as he used to be, or as we know him for. I think that has something to do with it. But more importantly, the play of Mikal Bridges has been destroying this Knick offense. It has been terrible, man. We need Mikal Bridges. I don't care if he doesn't score 20 points. I don't care if he don't score 15 points. What I like to see is him going out there, hitting that little mid-range, little floater thing, whatever. I don't care. But give me around 10 or 12 points. But forget the points. The points is good. The motion, the moving the ball, the getting the assist, the cutting, the creating action. He's not doing that. It's affecting the whole offense. It's affecting the entire offense. And it's surprising how when you look at the overall play, like for example, Jalen Brunson had 30 points last night, but he shot 45% from the field. He shot 28% from three. That's not good. You know what I mean? That affects the style of offense. That affects everything that's going on when your best player is shooting poorly. He's still putting up points, and he had 9 assists. So it's not like there wasn't effort. It's not like he wasn't trying. All that stuff is good, and you appreciate it. But you know that him struggling to score the way we're used to seeing him score is affecting the team. Mikal Bridges was 3 for 10. 1 for 6 from 3, 16%. He finished with 7 points. Now, he did have 2 blocks, 1 steal. He had 2 assists and 3 rebounds. That's not bad considering he only played 21 minutes. Shout out to Mike Brown. Look, if you're going to be playing poorly offensively, I got to bench you. I need something else. I get it. I understand. So I give him credit for putting up the other numbers that he did in the amount of time he did. It's just the shooting is so bad. I don't know if it's the shot selection, it's the type of shots, or has Mikal Bridges fallen back into his shooting angle slump where he lost his what do you call that? It's the shot angle, but it was another word I'm looking for. Whatever. Has he lost his shot? You know what I mean? Like when he first became a New York Knick and he was shooting bricks because he lost his angle. He didn't know how to shoot. I don't know. Is that happening again? Could be. Could be. So there's somebody, as I finish the last of that. Oof. Thank you. There's somebody out there that you guys know I'm not a fan of. He talks a lot. He's got a lot to say about our New York Knicks. And I've told you guys in the past how I feel about this person because he falls in line with something that I just feel is one of those things where he's just, it's not beneficial to the team when he talks. And I don't trust it. I don't really trust his opinion, to be honest. Let me see. Where is that? He's on my list too. You know, I have a list of people that I don't rock with. And he is definitely on that list. Where is he? Huh. Can't find it. It's somewhere. I'll find it, guys. Don't you worry. And but we'll talk about his comments. So Stephen Hater A. Smith, the biggest hater there is, he's not happy either. He blames Mikal Bridges for some things, but he says, you know, he doesn't he likes the fact that he comes to play, but the fact that we gave up so many picks for him, the fact that the team is now handicapped salary-wise and pick-wise because of him, and he has not lived up to the hype, he's upset. But what he said that was interesting is that he blames Jalen Brunson because Jalen Brunson wanted his homie here, and he took less money and allowed the Knicks to have the flexibility to go out there and get him. But in the end, he feels like that crippled the Knicks. What do you guys think about that? You know how I feel about Stephen Hater A. Smith, but does he have a point? You guys think about that and put your comments in the chat. Let me know how you feel. While I do that, let me remind people what the like button looks like, because, you know, we need y'all to smash that like button. Show the tube some love. Show them that we rocking. You know, if you don't know what it looks like, it looks a little something like this. So, what do you guys think? Is Stephen A. right? Is Jalen Brunson the at fault for the fact that Mikal Bridges is here and the Knicks went all out to get him? It's interesting. As I've said before, guys, I don't care about those picks anymore. Will it go down as one of those bad trades when you think about everything that's given up? If we don't succeed, yes, it will. Because right now it looks kind of funky. No lies told. But there's still time. You know what I mean? There's still time. I think we just we gotta, oops, hold on. That's weird. I didn't know that if I switch a scheme that it's going to change my whole That's interesting. Okay, we learn something new every day. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know if this trade is like that bad of a trade that is going to affect the Knicks' chances to win a championship. I don't. Stephen A. believes that that's the case. I don't know. What do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like because the Knicks have Mikal Bridges, they can't win? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. Let's see. I see some people in the chat. Shout out to Keith Turner in the building. What up, Keith? Salute. Kareem Grant in the building. What up, twin? Salute to you. Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. He says salute. Let me see here. The Cowboys is in the building. Let's go. I hear you, to Cowboys. Baggett Jones is in the building. What up, Baggett? Says Nick's not ready for a championship run. Hey, man, I don't know. You might be right. We'll see. David Smith is in the building. So salute to Ron in the chat. Barely beat a G League Warrior team. Not a win to be proud of, but I guess they will take it. Yeah. I mean, I agree. It's definitely not something to be proud of. That's facts. The Cowboys says our starting five looked awful. That's a fact. So Baggett Jones has shifted. He says Cat is the best player on the team and is not even close. This is interesting. This is interesting. I will say that right now, the past couple weeks, Cat has looked a lot better than anybody else. But does that make him the best player on the team? And why does there have to be a best player on the team? I've gone back and forth. You guys know because Jalen Brunson has done it for a few years. We're talking about a spell of Jalen Brunson having a tough time right now. For the past month and a half, no, that's a lie. For the past month, he's been having a rough time. Very inconsistent with his game. While still putting up numbers, but very inconsistent. But that hasn't been the whole season. As we talked about on Saturday, he was averaging 30 points and 7 rebounds in December. In January, he was averaging 27 points and 6 assists. In February, he averaged 23.8 points and 7 assists. And in March, he's averaging 23 points and 10 assists. So it's not like Jalen Brunson has been awful. He just hasn't been as consistent with his shot like we're used to. But I do think that it's hurting the team right now because he's still struggling to find his way. Along with Mikal Bridges, that's a lot. Grim's dad said Mikal is a delicate genius. We must treat him with kid gloves and keep his streak going. Crims believes Brunson's number 1, OG number 2, Cat's number 3, only because 4 is Mikal and because Mikal is a delicate genius and won't play hard. He also says he's proud of Cat finally playing well. That's big of you, Crims. Kerry Cox is in the building. Salute. Okay. Stephen A is, yes, he is. Kerry Cox says, well, Stephen A. Smith ain't wrong. Agrees with him on this. David Smith says Stephen A. is right in this case because Bridges is right now the worst trade in Knicks history. Oh, okay. Hear you. Stephen A hasn't been credible in years. That's true, Latoria. That is true. Kareem says, "Do we really care what Screaming A. Smith is really saying?" Yeah, I mean, yeah, but the problem is, this is something that some people will get behind. So that's the problem. Like, I tune him out, but when he says something that I know people are going to listen to, I always take note. And this is one of those things that I do think people will listen to because the Knicks are not playing well. Ron, man, the chosen one is in the building. Sorry, I'm running late. I'll be there soon, Ron. Hey, look at you, Jay. Rasul Thomas in the building. What up, Rasul? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Says salute to the chat. JJ's in the building. Says salute, Ron. What up, bro? Hope you and your loved ones are doing well. Thanks, man. Same to you and yours, bro. Joey, Rip 'em Up Sports in the building. Salute. 40%. Okay. So Baggers says he doesn't hate Brunson, just hate how selfishly he plays most times. But once again, Bagger, last night in that bad game, even though he shot poorly, he had 9 assists. And remember what I said? So far this month, well, now it went down because it's 9, so it probably brought it down a position, a couple percentage. But he was averaging 10 assists this month for the month. So now he's averaging 9. So isn't that what you wanted, right? Isn't that what some Knicks fans wanted, for him to move the ball and share the ball? Averaging 9 assists, not a game. I mean, not like in one game. He's averaging 9 assists for the month of March. I think that's pretty good. I don't know if it's better for us, but I do think it's good. Fritz Alcindor is in the building. The NBA Economy Show. Salute. And the Nick of Time Show. Appreciate you, Fritz. Hope you're doing well. All right. You know what? I'm going to do a quick recap. And then I'm just going to open up the phone lines, see what you guys are thinking, what you're talking about. How about that? Let's do that. All right. Let's do a little quick recap here. Okay. So, for this week, actually, you know what? Should start with Sunday. My bad. Hold on. Let me go back. Let's start with Sunday. And that's this past week. Okay. All right. So, first game on the docket was the Knicks versus the LA Lakers. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can blow that up a little bit. If it lets me. Wow. There we go. All right. So this game, there was no LeBron James, right? We know that. But Knicks wound up losing the game to Doncic and the boys, 110-97. It's just one of those games where the Knicks just did not really look like they had enough to deal with the Lakers for 4 quarters. They just didn't. They never really looked like they were in it. And honestly, when I was watching the game, I was just kind of like going through the motions. I never really felt comfortable that they were going to make a run and win the game. You just didn't feel it. Not in this game in particular. Josh Hart had 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. OG Anunoby had 13 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Karl Anthony Towns had a good game, though. He had 25 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Mikal Bridges had 0 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Jalen Brunson finished with 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Mitchell Robinson played 16 minutes, had 4 points and 4 rebounds. That right there is a telltale sign that it's going to be a long night. 4 rebounds for Mitch is not quite what you used to seeing. And then Landry Shamet had 10 points and 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. You also had Mo Diawara finish with 4 points and 2 assists, and Jordan Clarkson had 9 points and 1 assist. So that was that game. Not a lot to talk about. It was one of those where, the Knicks just didn't look good. They just didn't. So we go from there. It was back-to-back. They had to play the Clippers the next day. Oh, no. Wait. Hold on. I missed one. I'm sorry. The back-to-back was first. It was the Clippers and then the Jazz, wasn't it? Am I tripping? What? I could have swore it was the Clippers and the Jazz. Maybe I am tripping. Oh, yeah, there we go. The back-to-back was the Lakers and the Clippers. Okay, there you go. Got it. All right, so in this game, the Knicks wound up losing 126-118. They had no answers for Kawhi Leonard. What did Kawhi finish with? He finished with 29, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. Darius Garland was giving them the business. He had 23 and 7, 2 steals. Benedict Mathurin, for whatever reason, always lights up the Knicks. What's that about? He had 28.7 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And then you had Derek Jones chipped in with 16, 7, 2, 3, and 2. Brook Lopez, who always finds a way to give Knicks nightmares, had 16, 4, and 3, and 1 block. And that was pretty much it. That's all they needed. On the flip side, the Knicks only had 4 guys in double figures. Josh Hart had 12 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. OG Anunoby had 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Karl Anthony Towns had another good game, 35 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block. Mikal Bridges had 7 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. And Jalen Brunson had 28 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, Mo had 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and Landry Shamet chipped in 9. And that was that game. So then we go from this to the Jazz. We want the Jazz. We got the Jazz. And the Knicks started off slow in this one again. Another one of those slow starts because the Jazz did get out to an early lead and the Knicks were behind for the first half until they got into the second half and they turned it on and they wound up beating the Jazz comfortably 134-117. But once again, playing from behind, creating bad habits of starting basketball games. Bryce Sensabaugh had 29 points and 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody can have a good day, but Bryce Sensabaugh should not be scoring 29 points against the 7th best defense in the NBA. And I think they went up a couple percentage points prior to that, but whatever. Still. It shouldn't be happening like that. Ace Bailey even got busy. He had 21. But for the Knicks, Mikal Bridges finished with 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. OG Anunoby had another 20-point outing. He had 22, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. Karl Anthony Towns had another good game, solid game, 21, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Landry Shamet chipped in 7, 3, and 4. Jalen Brunson had 28, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, almost a carbon copy of the last game, but he added 3 steals. Jordan Clarkson went off against his former team, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And then Mitchell Robinson had 6 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. And Mohamed Diawara chipped in 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Also, Jose Alvarado had 7 assists and 4 points and 2 steals. Don't want to forget that. Okay. So that was that. And then from Wednesday, so Friday. Yep. Then we go Friday against the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks once again struggling with a team out the gate. What is happening here, folks? What are we doing? Knicks wound up winning this game again. It was a very close game all the way down the stretch. They won this game 101-92. Mikal Bridges had 11 points. Ooh, 11 points. Oh, anyway, 11 points, 4 rebounds. OG Anunoby had another 20-point game, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Mitchell Robinson played the whole game. Cat was out for this one, so was Josh Hart. So Mitch started and had 12 points, 22 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks in 30 minutes. Okay. Then you had Landry Shamet chipped in 9 and 5. Jalen Brunson started off very hot and then tailed off, and his shooting woes continue. He had 29 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal. And then nothing really crazy. Mo finished with 4 and 5 and 1, and Jordan Clarkson finished with 8, 2, 2, 1, 1. And then last but not least, oh wait, yeah, I should have. Last but not least, we had last night's game. Against the Golden State Warriors, against that starting 5 that I already mentioned. And the Knicks won the game 110-107 by 3 points. This game, they were fighting Golden State the entire game. They were down 21 at one point. Once again, a terrible habit of starting games down by these teams and letting them, put their foot on the gas for a while, only to have to expend so much energy and fight back to have a nail biter to win in the final minutes of the game. Like, why? Why? Leones didn't do much, right? But Gui Santos had 20 and 7. Quentin Post had 22. Brandon Podziemski had 25, and Gary Payton II had 19. Like, these are not the characters that you think is going to be lighting you up. For the Knicks, OG Anunoby dropped down under 20 for the first time in 4 games. He had 14 and 4 and 1. Josh Hart had 7 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists in his return from being out. Karl Anthony Towns had a good game, decent game, but he didn't really get a lot of shots up. He had 17 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Mikal Bridges had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Jalen Brunson, even though once again struggling from 3, shot 45% from the field, had 30 points, 1 rebound, 9 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. And then you had Mo, who had 3. In 11 minutes. Mitchell Robinson had 4 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks. That's a decent game in 17 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty good. And Landry Shamet chipped in with 10 once again. And then you got Jordan Clarkson, who chipped in 14. So there was that. And Alvarado had 4 assists and 4 points off the bench. So there we go, folks. That was it, and it was that. That's what we're dealing with, folks. That is the recap of the Knicks games this past week. What can you say? I mean, we like the wins, but it's just the Knicks are forming some really bad habits to start basketball games. We got to do something, because let me tell you something. When you play a good team and give them a head start, you can get blown out. Ain't going to be no coming back. I don't know. All right, let me turn the phone lines on, get you guys in here if you want to call in. Let me see. You know what it is. Get that telephone dialing. Let me just make sure. Oh, that's why. Yes. That's why I was in my sorry. Let me switch this, guys. I was on my other account. My apologies, life be life and work be working. Let me just sign out of this. Oh, no, there we go. We're good. Okay. So the phone line is up. Hey, there we go. First caller in the building. What's going on, Randu?
Hello?
Hey, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What up, Randu?
Hey, what's up, Ron?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you been?
Hey, man, hanging in there, man. Just trying to understand what I'm watching with these Knicks, bro, because I don't understand how we get to this point where we play down to our competition sometimes when all we got to do is just go out there and play Knick basketball and we'll take care of these teams. Like, we be playing down to these teams.
I know. Because last night, man, I was watching the game, man. Second quarter, man. I was ready to turn off the game, man, and watch the Oscars. That's how pissed off I was. But I stayed watching the game, though.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Good for you, brother. Sometimes you just gotta endure the pressure, the problems, the madness. Because we Knick fans, man. We still Knick fans through it all.
Yeah. But the thing that got me though, no Curry, no Butler,
right?
No KP, no Moses Moody, no Draymond Green,
right?
No D'Anthony Melton, and we still struggled. At one point, we was down by 21 points.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Hell, I thought I fell asleep and was having a bad dream or something. Like, this is real.
Man, that game is the type of game that you surprised as well. I mean, no, I mean, it is what it is, but you almost surprised as fans because the way they were playing, I mean, that was tough. That was tough. I don't even know what I don't. What do you think it is, Randy? You think it's just that you get yourself ready for a game, you go through your sets and all that, you warm up, you look at the opposing lineup, you see none of those dudes are playing, and you're like, all right, this should be an easy night.
Is it a mental thing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yo. When they jump that ball, you got to go out and play 150% against everybody.
It's true, bro. It's true. It really is. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they run into these issues where they just start off so lethargic, like they can't. I would think when you start a game, it's probably. I mean, of course, your shooting could be a little off. You got to get your rhythm. But I would think you're jacked up. You got good energy. You're hype. I would think that that's the best part of starting the game. And for whatever reason, the Knicks start off slow. I don't know. I mean, I guess from being a historical Knicks fan, right? We could be happier that they start off slow and get it together because there was a time a couple of years ago where the Knicks would play well to begin games, and then in the third quarter they would fall apart. So I don't know what I would rather have. I guess I'd rather have them start off slow and play better in the second half, because if you fall apart in the third quarter, it might be game over.
Right.
I don't know. Is the difference in preparation that Tibbs had prior to games that gets the team hype and gets them focused to start games compared to second halves of games where maybe Mike Brown goes into the locker room and talks to the team and gets them amped up, and the coaching staff talks to these guys and tells them what they got to do and gets them right for the second half? Is it a tale of two halves between two different coaches?
Probably.
I mean, I don't know, bro. This is crazy. It is crazy. It's like they're working. And the worst part about it is that they're working harder than they have to, right? And so what you do is when you work like that and allow teams to go up on you, you give them confidence. And so then the rest of the league, they don't even fear the Knicks when they come into the Garden or you go to their place. They're like, well, I saw you the other day and y'all had a tough time with the Pacers. Then that Golden State team, them bench dudes took you all the way to the end of the game. Like, that's not a good look.
Hell no.
Not a good look, brother. What do you feel about what Stephen A. Smith said about Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson being the cause of him being here and holding the Knicks back now that Bridges is here? What you think?
Well, I'm going to say this. Do I believe that we gave up too much to get Bridges? Yeah, I do. Because we could have held on to them 5 picks. Hell, I believe like this. If we would have held on to them 5 picks, Giannis might have been here already. If we'd have had them 5 picks. Or the bottom line was even if them 5 picks wasn't to get Giannis, bottom line, that was too much. That was too much for Bridges. After they asked for over 2 first-round picks, I would have had to call that deal off. I'm like, no. No.
I hear you. I mean, I understand. I mean, look, there's nothing I can say about it, man. Bridges just hasn't. He's just, he hasn't lived up to the hype of even being worth, 3 of those picks. You know what I mean? Like, and I know he was worth 3 of those picks at the time when we got him, but he's not looking like that right now. He's really looking. It's not good. So all I can hope is that he kind of gets it together, and by the time the playoff starts, a switch hits or something, that usually happens for him turns on, because he seems to step up in the playoffs, and we're going to need it now more than ever, because the way this team is going at the moment, you don't feel a lot of confidence here. You don't feel like this team can go out there and win a 7-game series against a lot of the other teams they might face. Like, you don't know if they can win the way they're playing right now, you don't know if they can win a 7-game series against Boston. I'm not even talking about Detroit. But
the way it's looking, it looked like if we do get to the second round, we're going to be meeting Boston.
Yeah. But I will tell you this. I am still hoping that the Knicks have something that allows them to play better against better teams. I do have that feeling, like it could be the fact that the Knicks are finally at that point. I've talked about it for years about Miami, how Miami just hated the regular season. They got to a point where they're like, the regular season is, they don't even want to play. And they only play them when it comes to the playoffs. I'm not saying the Knicks are there yet, but I kind of feel like they were close. I feel like the Knicks, the regular season, they've had expectations. They've had all the haters. They've had people talk about them. They've spent a lot of money on the team. I think right now all they're thinking about is trying to win a championship, and so they just want to get to the playoffs. I do feel that way. I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm just saying some teams, after you've kind of tasted, the playoffs for a little bit and expectations, and the last year you made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and now your coach is gone. You got a brand new coach. You had a bad bench. Now you supposedly did some stuff to fix the bench. Now you're playing some young guys. You kind of got a mix of everything. So I would think at this point, they're really like, let's just go, yo. Let's get to the playoffs. Let's see what we can do. So I don't know. We'll see, man. I don't know, Randu. Anything else you got?
I just hope they can turn this around.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. I hope so too, man. Because this is just. I mean, the good thing about it is, like I mentioned before, this whole time is getting yourself prepared for the playoffs, and so they still got about 12 or 13 games left before the playoffs start. So work out all of this nasty play, get all these kinks out of here, So by the time the playoffs start, you're playing good basketball again because this is nasty. Get this out of here. We don't need to see this no more.
Right.
And the other thing I do want to say is this is what I'll give all my fellow Knicks fans out there who say stuff like what Randu said about the picks. Yes, the picks, they did overpay for Macau. We know that. Could those 5 picks have been used for something better? Probably. Would that have been Giannis? I don't think so. I'm honest with you guys. I really don't feel like if Macau didn't come here, I don't think we was getting Giannis. Honestly, I don't think he was going to come here. I think Giannis is a flip-flopper. I don't think he's ready to really leave. I think he talks a good game. He just wants to be wanted. He wants people to want to go after him and make a big fuss. But I think there's some people that really want to leave, and there's other people that just want you to do better, right? I feel like Giannis just wants Milwaukee to do better, right? I think he just wants them to say, hey, he's trying to leave. We got to do something to fix this team before he goes. That's what I feel like with Giannis.
We'll find out this summer.
Yeah, we will. We will.
This summer we'll find out if he really want to leave or not.
Hey, man, I agree. But my whole question is, here's the other thing, though. Here's the question I have. If not for Giannis, right, and if you wasn't going to get Macau, then who would you have gotten? That's the question that I'm wondering about. Because some of the real, good players out there, you couldn't really grab. Like Devin Booker wasn't going anywhere, to my knowledge. Donovan Mitchell was already where he was going to be. So who else was out there that the Knicks could have got that was going to be somebody that's a game changer on offense, or who was going to be that two-way defensive guy that you can get from another team that wouldn't want to give him up? That's the tough one. That's the only thing that I think about, like, who could we have gotten? I don't know. That is a good question. But anyway, Randu, listen, thank you for the call, my brother. I want to see if there's anybody else that wants to call in before I get out of here. But, hey, I appreciate you as always, my guy.
All right. Anytime, man. Salute.
All right, brother. Take care.
Later.
Later, bro. All right. Get this one. What's going on, caller? You on live. SKF Weekly. Your name and where you calling from?
Yo, Ron, it's JJ from Brooklyn. What's good, brother?
What up, JJ?
What up, Ron? How's everything, man?
Hey, man, hanging in there, brother. Another day, another day. Oh, by the way, what's the name of your coach again from your high school?
Oh, yeah, Ron Niclario.
Ron Niclario. There you go. That's it. Ron Niclario. Is that's with an N, right?
Say that again?
His last name starts with an N?
Yeah, right.
Okay, Niclario. Right. Got it. All right. I remembered on Saturday when Jay Boogie was talking about him, and I was like, I had his name in my head and I forgot it. I was like, what is his name? I couldn't remember it. Ron Niclario.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we getting old, you know what I'm saying? We forget these things,
What's on your mind, my brother?
That's the GOAT, man.
Yeah.
That's the GOAT right there, man.
Incredible achievements.
Yeah, unbelievable, man. Yeah, so about the Knicks, I know we won 3 in a row, but does it feel like it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I just feel like they're almost like entitled. Like, listen, you're not OKC. You know what I'm saying? You didn't just win a chip. You're not the Warriors from years ago. Like, you can't just walk on the floor and think you're going to beat Indiana, who hates you. Yeah, they're tanking, but anytime they see the Knicks, they're trying to win.
It's true.
So, the Warriors, you give them confidence. They're missing their 7 or 8 best players, and so that's what happens. You give the team confidence on both ends of the floor, and before you know it, you're in a dogfight. So it's on the coach, it's on the players, it's on the leaders. They're just not coming out with the right intensity versus these subpar teams for whatever reason. I got to put some blame on Brunson as well. You're the leader, right? I know he's not like the most vocal leader, but you got to get your guys going. So,
yeah,
it's
true.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? No, actually, it popped up for me, Crims. Hold on one second, JJ. See that? I see you. Thank you for the generous super chat. It said Brunson 10 for 10 from the free throws and 9 for 20 from the field versus Golden State. Yeah. Yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, but the 44% or 45% from the field is not really, don't get me wrong. And remember, when I talk about certain guys, you got to understand, I talk about Brunson in the highest of esteem. 45% from the field for somebody is good. For Jalen Brunson, it's not good. Jalen Brunson is close to 50% from the field. So that's what he's been for his career. His career average is around 49%. So him shooting 45% or less in a lot of these games is kind of shocking. Anyway, my bad. Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. So listen, but I got to talk Bridges. Yeah, I mean it's bad right now. Like, I mean, he's getting benched in fourth quarters nightly for the most part, and that's a huge issue. This is a guy. Yeah, I know people say whatever, the picks are gone, but what we gave up, what we paid for him, and he's not giving us anything on that, on the floor, just nothing. I mean, and I also noticed his 3-point shot. It's getting back to that funky stage, if you notice. I noticed it the last few games. Okay. It's getting funkier, like how it was a couple of years ago when we traded for him.
Yeah.
It's getting to that point. Like, very ugly, that shot now.
I was thinking that.
And it wasn't first stretch.
That's what I was thinking, JJ. I haven't really paid attention to it too much, but I'm like, the way he's shooting, I feel like he's lost a little bit. He don't know. His angle must be messed up.
Yeah, it's getting back to that ugly form. I don't know, man. I mean, you're getting benched for Shaman, a guy who's making veterans minimum. That's a bad look. And any way you slice it, his confidence is just shot. Like,
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's tough. The other thing too. Here's another thing that people don't talk about. But if we're going to talk about the what ifs and what this was and what that was, here's another thing. If the Knicks don't trade for Mikal Bridges, do they trade for Karl Anthony Towns? So that's the question. If they didn't get Bridges, do they even go after Towns, is what I want to say. Don't get me wrong. Was there a need for Towns? Yes. But if the Knicks, remember, when you go after Karl Anthony Towns, you already know you got an offensive lineup, right? But you have a Jalen Brunson playing defense or lack thereof, and you're going to bring in Cat, who doesn't play a lot of defense. So in your mind, could you afford to bring Towns in, not having another defender in Mikal Bridges here? I don't think so. I think that when the Knicks went out and got Mikal Bridges, that gave them the luxury to say, okay, now we can go get Karl Anthony Towns.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
True. Yeah.
It is what it is, bro. I mean, I just hope that going forward they do a better job of just figuring out what's allowing them to have these slow starts and not come out with that same level of defensive intensity that they get in the second half of games. I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah. It's like they have to get down to get up in a way, right?
Right. And it's a shame because as a Knicks fan, you're only like, man, they're playing such a bad team, but you're like, okay, they could win, right? But if this was another team, we'd be like, yo, this game is over.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Right.
So I don't know, JJ. I hope they figure it out before we start playing better teams again, because then it's gonna be a rude awakening, bro. A rude awakening.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the next few absolutely winnable. The next 3, then it gets a little tough. I think we have OKC, Houston. So that'll show us a little what, if we're playing well, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So, but listen, I feel like with Bridges, though, to me, it's always been about the playoffs. So if he shows up and does this thing on both ends of the floor in the playoffs, Nobody's going to remember about this season and this stretch. So
Mhm.
it's all about the playoffs at the end of the day, right?
Hey, listen, I agree too. That's the bad thing about a team that's where they're at. If they struggle throughout, if they just get, I mean, really, I want them to get that number 2 seed. But if they struggle through this regular season and just get into the playoffs, look, it's like a reset. You know what I mean? All the bad stuff that happened throughout the regular season, you get to start over. You get to start over.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man.
Oh, by the way, do you have an update on the Celtics game? I know it was tight with like a minute or two left.
Celtics won, bro.
Ah, damn it.
Yep, Celtics won.
Crap.
Yep. The Suns folded in the end. It's 118. Well, officially on my screen it shows 119-112 with 3 seconds left.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's over.
It's over.
Yep.
Damn. Gosh darn it.
But the thing about the Suns is that, like, when they play a really good team, they don't really have a lot of firepower, in my opinion. So it's
Booker and it's Booker
and Jalen Green.
Right, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
And there's no Dylan Brooks.
Right. Yep.
So
they got 2 scorers. Yeah.
Yeah, but Jaylen Brown got busy in this game.
Man.
Oh well.
It's crazy, isn't it? When you think about it, I hate the Celtics, but you got to give them their due. To be the 2 seed with all the Tatum injury, losing all their players through trades, and I got to give them their props
crazy,
as much as I don't want to.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. So.
Gosh darn it. Yeah, man. It's just it is what it is.
Yo, so last one question, and I'll let you go. I'm sure you have other callers that want to hop on. Who's the team first round that you would not hope for, but be more comfortable facing, and then the one team or 2 teams that you would be like, one first round?
Okay. So well, hold on, let me take a look at this real quick. Let's look at this playoff picture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the playoffs started today, the Knicks would have to play the Raptors in the first round. I'm all for that.
Yes,
give me that.
Yes,
I'm all for that. Yes. So actually, you know what? This is not terrible. To be honest, this is not terrible because, yeah. So the Knicks are at least on the other side of the mountain here, right? Because that's all I really want. I do not want the Knicks to be on the same side as the Pistons. I want the Knicks to be able to meet the Pistons late, right? So at the moment, if the playoffs would start today, the Knicks would play the Pistons, the Celtics would play, I don't know, either the Heat or the Hawks, right? And then after the Knicks hopefully would beat the Raptors, then the Celtics would not hopefully, but will most likely be whoever they play. It would be the Knicks and the Celtics. Mm-hmm. That's fine for me. I'd rather see the Celtics in the second round than in the first round, of course. And then going into the Eastern Conference Finals, you would face whoever wins on the other side, which most likely would be the Pistons, but you never know, because I got to tell you, a team that people are sleeping on is them damn Charlotte Hornets, because they're beating everybody. So, but the point is, this is right now still works for me. I'm okay either way. I now that I realize it, the Knicks need to stay 3 or 2. Anything else is uncivilized. No, but anything else would be worse. They gotta be 3 or 2, because you don't want to be on the other side with the Pistons. And I'm not saying I'm scared of the Pistons. I want to play the Pistons, but I want the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's where I want to do it. Yeah. So right now this is not such a bad matchup. Knicks and Raptors is okay. Then Knicks and Celtics is it is what it is.
Yeah. That would be ideal, right? To get Toronto.
But I will tell you, if the Knicks, go against the Raptors and they have to face the Celtics in the second round, that would be a war, because the Celtics got to get their back from what happened last year. So it would be a war.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah. Exactly. They want that get back.
I know it would be a war.
Oh man, big time, man, big time. All right, brother. I'll let you go. I'm sure other people want to get on. Appreciate
all right, bro.
You,
hey, JJ, always appreciate the call, man. Good to hear from you, bro.
Appreciate you, man, and let's go Mets too, man.
That's right. I look. I'm starting to warm up to it. I was not feeling it with the moves. I'm not a big fan of Stearns,
Right.
but when I kind of look
Yeah.
at the Mets on paper, and if they get a
It
little
looks
luck,
good, man.
if they get a little
looks
luck
good,
pitching
bro.
wise, bro, then I'll be okay with it.
Yeah. It looks. I'm pretty confident, man. I think it's gonna work. I like the roster. It looks pretty good, man.
Plus, the other thing too, to be honest with you, if Stearns is trying to buy into what I really want, because I want the Mets to be a better hitting team, right? A team that can manufacture runs, but also has some power, but can get can get hits. I'm not a big fan of the guys who hit 40 home runs but bat 220. I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm just, that's not my thing. I'm old school. I'm a Mark Price, George Brett, Tony Gwynn. I'm those dudes. Paul Molitor.
Give me 300 with 15 home runs and 80 ribbies.
I like those dudes. John Olerud, Edgardo Alfonso. Yeah, Will Clark. Those are my guys.
Hey, we got Bichette. He's like that 300,
and
20,
I like that.
80.
I do like that.
That. Who's looking good, man? Carson Ben is killing, man. He's hitting like 400 in the spring. I know it's just spring training, but
I hope Carson can still do it, man. Look, Carson is the one guy in the Mets farm system that I was like, please do not trade this kid. And they did.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's going to be able to play for us. We'll see, because they also got a platoon between him and the old dude, the 30-year-old. I forgot his name. But we'll see.
Yeah. I think he makes the team opening day. I think he's going to make it. You can't keep him off the way he's looking.
I know. I know. Man, I really wish there was a show that I could tune into on Blorens Tears or something, hosted by Jay Chosen, that I could really get some Met info and knowledge out. Man.
Talkman, Lounge, baby.
Talkman.
You already know.
Yeah, there you go. Talkman.
Mike Talkman.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Mike
should know this content creator.
Yeah.
I need to see a show that can, advise me on these people. Thank you. Craig asked me a question, and no, the answer is, do I agree with Stephen A. Smith? I do not. I can never agree with Stephen A. Smith ever again. I'm sorry. I apologize. I can't do it. Even if he makes a point to some people, I can't agree with him. Sorry. Because my whole point is, the bottom line is, when we traded for Macau, it looked like a good trade. If you look on paper as to what the guy was doing, how he was playing defense, and what he was averaging at that time, he was averaging 19 points per game. It was a good trade at that time. It has turned out to not be good. And I think part of it is because now he's on a team with a lot more firepower than the Nets. He came from a team with some firepower in Phoenix, but I feel like we got more firepower than that Phoenix team when it comes to offense. And it's just so many other people that can touch the ball before he does. I just think sometimes it's not good for certain players.
Right.
It's my opinion. Absolutely. I don't know. I'm not, Anyway. Yeah. All right, JJ. Appreciate you, my brother. Have a great night. Thanks for the call, my guy.
Appreciate you, Ron. We'll talk soon, brother. Much love, man. Take it easy.
All right, bro. Same here, bro.
All right, man.
Latest. All right. So, let me see. And here there it goes. Hey, cha 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 cha. What's going on, caller? You are live. SKF Weekly. Your name and where you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Ron? It's Dorksaurus. How you doing?
Hey, what up, brother?
Pleasure to hear you. So elated to hear me.
Of course, I'm always elated to hear you, bro.
Wish we had better. I feel like the whole mood of the fan base is very down, morose lately. Am I the only one thinking that?
No, everybody's in a that's a good analogy for it. That's how people are. You know what it is that we don't show any level of consistent domination. So for Knicks fans, they don't trust it. You know what I mean? They don't trust it.
You know what's weird is I feel like that Warriors win is the most deflating win you could have had.
Oh, it's so bad. I mean, because it's so bad.
You know what I mean?
It's so bad.
Even the coach didn't give out the chain, right? There was no chain, no defensive play. I mean, how could you? Right?
Facts. That's a fact. You know what? I will say, I know you guys, I know some people. Now, you guys have to tell me because I did not see. I don't know how Mike Brown was acting after the game. I don't know if he was all kumbaya with the people. I didn't see it. So you got to tell me how he looked. But I will say, I do like the fact that it seemed like Mike Brown was not happy. And if you ever seen a coach that won a game that wasn't happy, that's a good sign. I do like that because I don't like
I
you
feel
should
like
not
he's
be happy about
gradually getting less happy,
it.
which is good. I feel like he was too happy on average for most Knicks fans. Like, am I wrong in saying that? Like, he was so smiley at the beginning of the season, and like especially the last Golden State Warriors loss. You know, he was like all smiley with Draymond. I feel like that just rubs Knicks fans the wrong way. You know,
Right. Yeah, no, I
that
agree.
vibe of just being so happy-go-lucky and everything. And I feel like I've come to a conclusion. And maybe you could tell me about, because the question I feel like everybody's grappling with is, why is the team so damn inconsistent? Like, that's the frustrating thing for everybody, right?
Yep.
For me, I feel like I've come to a conclusion is that the key words for me is structural integrity and ecosystem. This is my operating theory, is that when our shots are falling, when Jalen Brunson comes and plays, heavy minutes, good minutes, when Cat goes and dominates the glass and shoots well, when the bench players come in and they're hot, the team looks unbeatable, right? But then when you have, Shamet, Alvarado, Clarkson, they're not hitting their shots, the floor falls out. Because my question is, what do those guys offer when their shots aren't falling? And reality is the answer is very little. People could talk up these guys all you like, but Jordan Clarkson we see is, he shoots, he makes great. Otherwise, get him off the floor. He's a liability. Jose Alvarado, I mean, at this point, he's got something to improve. I know we all like the story, but I mean, I don't know what to say, bro. Even he is literally going to the press and saying, "I effing suck." Like, that's a verbatim quote. So I don't know how much more concerning you can get than that. And Shamet he's always been a streaky shooter. So when these guys come in and they don't hit their shots, the floor falls out. There's no structure. There's nothing for them to fall back on. And that's why I always like I don't like people always, I feel like, try to pigeonhole, I just want to play young people for no reason. For just young people no matter what. Well, when you look at the division of like height and athleticism, like on a night where Mohamed Diarra's shot is not falling, you can still rebound, you can still defend, he's still annoying to pass around and over, still more difficult to shoot over. Like, there's a baseline of functionality there. So I don't know. I feel like that's why we have such inconsistencies, because not only is our playing style inherently high variance, but then our bench is like a slot machine. It's like a casino. Some nights they come in, they hit their shots, we look like the best team ever. Some nights they come in, they can't get their offense going at all, and we stink. Like, we get pushed around,
True.
And as far as the starting unit, I mean, I would like to see, I'd like to see Diarra get a try in there. I still don't understand what especially you're playing the Wizards and the Nets coming up. What is the risk? I would love to know. But it's not a new problem, and it's a problem that we've re-litigated since last season, like that they sag off Josh Hart because he's a hesitant shooter, and the center goes on Josh Hart. We've already seen this, and maybe part of it is the NBA adapted, because I think people forget that, like, as much as Knicks fans and the organization is competitive, every other team is just as competitive and, like, is, bending over backwards to try and get some advantage on all the other teams, right? So if they have this data of 2 seasons of what is the advantage and exploiting it, everybody's going to be doing that. It's cutthroat. It's a very cutthroat league. I feel like the competitiveness of the league and how desperate people are fighting for information and data is underestimated by Knicks fans sometimes, I feel like. I don't know. I feel like we just don't watch other teams that much. So, like, our strategizing of what is the critical fatal flaw of this team and that team, we're not so practiced in, But I don't know. I mean, I feel like we're the New York Celtics, basically.
Yeah.
Like, our shot goes in, we look great. And if not, then, any team can beat us, basically,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We are looking like that team. We're becoming, unfortunately. See, what's weird about the Knicks is they've already shown in the past, last year, I know this was on the tips, but forget about that. It's more about that a lot of the guys already saw this, right? They saw when the 3-point shot was not falling, and they were struggling for almost a month. And then they decided to really pound the paint. They decided to go inside, and they had some really good moments scoring inside and kind of moving away from the three. For whatever reason, this year, when you're in a better offensive system, hopefully where you move the ball more and different things can, be created and you can make the defense play you differently, we're not capitalizing on that. And it goes back to the whole thing is, can this team really succeed in a read and react offense? I don't know. I think you can do partial read and react, but I think Coach Brown, and I still say this, I'm still hoping that maybe that's the case, that he's saving it for the playoffs. I hope that they start to intertwine some plays, because I just think that they need some plays. I can't trust these
one
guys.
thing that I'm worried about is, like, to your point, this is like the last home stretch of the season. You have a lot of gimme games to experiment, so you shouldn't be only waiting till the first game of the playoffs to try anything new.
You're right.
You have some games here as like a laboratory.
Right.
But even saying that, I feel like something I'm worried about with Mike Brown is that as much as I criticize Tibbs for his rigidity, and boy was he rigid and boy was he stubborn, I worry like maybe Mike Brown is actually even more rigid and more stubborn than Tibbs was. Because there's things like that where, there's a certain point in the game where you have to realize that, like, there's a good phrase that I heard recently: coaching the plan, not coaching the game. I feel like he has a plan of this is what we have to do, this is how we win the game, blah, blah, blah. And then when the actual reality of the game in front of him doesn't follow his plan, it's very, very uncomfortable, difficult for him to change and make a new plan on the fly. Because there's nights where, like it or not, you have elite three-point shooters, but can't hit the broadside of a barn for whatever reason. Tired, their shot is off, whatever it is, variance. It's going to happen. Who knows? Maybe they ate something bad. I mean, it could be a million reasons why their shot's not falling, even if every other night it falls. And when that happens, there has to be a decision that they need to make quicker. That's like, okay. Like, the thing is, if we were a team that sucked at going into the paint, I'd say, fine, I get it. We have to live in that. We're great in the paint. Everybody on our team pretty much is good in the paint to some degree. Even OG has gotten better. I feel like OG used to be more reliant on only his three-point shot, but this year recently, you see him driving and dunking more and stuff like that. Even Mikal to start the season, I feel like, was more aggressive when it came to that. JB is maybe the best paint guy that there is, and Cat, if the center is a good matchup, I mean, it's finito.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like, yes, obviously the math, a 3 is better than a 2, yes, of course. But the mixing it up is when you actually become a real basketball team. Like, the other team also knows that 3 is worth more.
That's
it's
true.
not a surprise.
That's just true.
But what? They're going to just let you shoot threes?
Outside of the Knicks' offensive woes, how do you explain their defense, especially the defense versus Golden State last night? How do you get down 21 points?
I mean, I feel like, again, I hate to say this because people are going to say I'm narrative farming or this and that. I feel like there's a lot of myths that we tell ourselves about the people we have on our roster and who is really a good defender and who isn't. Because Kerr is a guy that, even with he had objectively the worst team by far last, or whatever it was. But that team was nowhere near talent-wise. Not even. I mean, they had Omar year 7. They signed this guy off the street. It wasn't a talent differential in that game. It was purely strategy, and that I think should be worrying. We clearly went into that game with the better team. That's not even up for debate. But he threw a lot of different stuff at us that really threw a wrench in our plans. They picked at some of the weaknesses. They picked at JB. They picked at Cat. Again, people are going to say I'm being mean to the guy, but in 6 minutes, Jose Alvarado was a minus 16 in that game. That's just the data. I didn't make it up. He finished with a better score, but he barely scored. He was picked on. That's a preview of what's going to happen in the playoffs when you put liabilities on the floor or people that can be picked on and they're not in an ecosystem where they could be insulated with lanes and defense and switchability. That's what they're going to do, It's like almost the path of least resistance for the other team, So I think that, one, it's a few things. One, I said this before on another show of yours, but that we are not proactive, we are reactive. So we wait for the other team to figure us out or show that they have, gotten a leg up on us. Then we reactively change to fit that. Instead of, before they figure it out, we throw a curveball at them. Now they have to figure out two things at once. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't like that. That was something that I really hoped Mike Brown would be better about because we saw it with Tibbs, and it was something I hated. Is like, You wait to the last possible moment to try something new, and then you have another wrinkle of your game plan. And then also, like, look, we have a lot of these articles that come out saying, oh, Landry Shamet's amazing defender, and Jose Alvarado, his gritty toughness is going to bring playoff boxy, whatever. Jose Alvarado is a fine defender, but there are clear limitations on who he can and can't defend. Landry Shamet in 8 years in the NBA has never been known as a stopper until he put on a Knicks jersey. That's not me making that up.
No, it's
what I'm saying. I have a vendetta against him. It's look at his career, what the beat writers of Phoenix wrote for him in the playoffs. Like, did they say he's a good defender or a bad defender? It's not me. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Nothing to do with that.
I think that what it comes down to is the Knicks just don't have a lot of players that can create opportunities for themselves, and
that's a big problem.
That's the big issue. And some of these other teams that they're facing have multiple guys on the teams that can create. And if you get multiple guys that can create, it's so much harder to defend them. And then when you overcompensate and double team or whatever to try to, then that leaves a guy who can't create open to do exactly what he can do. Like, you put Landry Shamet on Boston, and Landry Shamet might be cooking every night because all them guys like the Jaylen Browns, the Tatums, even the freaking, Derek White, who gets underappreciated. Derek White is a phenomenal player, guys. I got to tell you, I don't care about Boston. I don't like Boston.
Derek White and Peyton Pritchard is a lot of the reason why they were
really
able
good,
to stay
man.
afloat this
They're really
season.
good. They're really good. I wanted Derek White on the Knicks years ago when he was with the Spurs. And believe me, when he was with the Spurs, he was not the player that he is now defensively or the three-point shooter that he is now. He was a better he was a guy who would slash and get to the basket and break you down off the dribble. He was that type of guy more then. Now he's a great three-point shooter and a really good defender. So,
right. So I think that, a lot of the players that they have there, even though they're really elite in one thing, they're also multifaceted, and they can do many things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like archetype we definitely lack is like a jumbo initiator, like a 6'7" PG kind of guy would be nice, or even who could just play make a little bit. I feel like would give us a lot of versatility. That's archetype we're really lacking in, and that's to your point. Like, it's almost kind of like, I don't want to say like you correct me if I'm wrong, but a more old school roster construction of like, there's one PG, he creates for everybody else runs around, does their own thing, but like the main creation responsibilities is the PG.
Right.
And as much as JB is talented, very good at that, like, to only place, like, I think that's even part of the issue with the starting unit is even forgetting, like, we don't like Josh Hart that he can't shoot or whatever, he's hesitant. Who else can create in the starting unit? Is really only Jalen Brunson. So as much as you can say Mikal Bridges can facilitate a little bit, like, it's a crapshoot on any given night. If he's going to give you 2 assists, 0 assists, 5 assists, there's no consistency with that whatsoever. Josh Hart, yeah, maybe. I mean, sure. If there's a game is very heavy in transition, then you'll get a lot of assists. But if it's not, then he'll have 3 assists, 3 turnovers, And Cat, forget about it. His assist-turnover ratio is terrible. And I'm a Cat defender, but I mean, comparing his playmaking abilities to, like, I don't know, let's say a Sabonis would be the good example. Not in the same galaxy.
Yeah.
So
no, I was going to say, and you know what? I was just thinking about it. You know what's a really big problem for this team? They are not all on the same page offensively at the same time. When Jalen Brunson was scoring well and Bridges was okay, I guess, and Josh Hart had some better moments. I'm not talking about Josh Hart to start the season. To start the season, Josh Hart was phenomenal. He's not that guy right now. He's struggling. Yeah. So when all that was happening, and I'm talking about maybe about a month and a half ago to 2 months ago, Karl Anthony Towns was struggling bad.
It's like they all get good at different times, or like their goodness cannibalizes each other's goodness or something,
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to put. That's actually a good point, because we haven't really seen 1 month stretch everybody's playing amazing.
They're not.
We've never seen it.
They're not. And I don't know what's going on, but I will tell you that when I was thinking about this right now I got it. I mean, now I see this is the reason why the Knicks are struggling so bad, because if you look at what the Knicks have been doing all season, Cat's playing well now. We know that. Okay. Right. OG has been playing good the past couple games. Last night, not so much, but Past 3 or 4 games, he's dropping 20 points per game. Okay, good for OG. Brunson, even though he's putting up the numbers, his shot has been inconsistent. He hasn't been knocking it down to the level that he was doing earlier. So you got Brunson struggling.
Down, yeah.
You got Josh Hart, who is not giving you what Josh Hart was giving you the first 2 months of the season because he was knocking down shots. Now he's not. And then you got Mikal Bridges, who's just a struggle fest. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You know, I will say, and again, people are going to maybe say I'm unfairly harping on him, but it's just a fact that since Jose Alvarado was acquired, all the starters' minutes have increased. You could say it's cause and effect. I mean, whatever. That's just the actual fact of it. I do think, look, the guy is, if you're lucky, if he gives you 2 points on any given night. So, of course, you have to play Jalen Brunson more if you're not going to play Tyler Kolek. So it kind of unfairly places a burden on him. And you see tomorrow game, he's already injured. He's tired. He's exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
His efficiency is down. I don't think it's a complete coincidence that as soon as this acquisition comes in, he has one explosion game, amazing, and then he can't hit the broadside of a barn. Now Jalen Brunson's playing 36 minutes every night, and I think something that I think people don't look at is we kind of look at players individually in a vacuum rather than the unit or the synergy. Like in the modern NBA, if you have a player out there that can't score at all, that's an offensive zero, it's bad for everybody else in the unit.
Right.
It's not like Cat is going to have 30 points average a night, let's say. That would be great, but just as a theoretical thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put 4 non-spacers around him, he's still going to average 30 points. No, there's nowhere for him to drive. There's no space. Everyone's attacking him, So I think a good term that I heard is offensive oxygen. You need offensive oxygen for everybody else to breathe and to eat. And it's just like a math problem because, when Josh Hart is shooting well, then they have to guard him. Then it opens up driving lanes for everybody else. Then you can't double JB so easily. It's like a domino effect,
Mm-hmm.
And the teams are really, it's actually amazing when you see how quickly teams react to this. Like DOR, the Spurs game, they sagged off of him. Even though he didn't shoot amazing, he was willing. And you can't just let a guy shoot wide open from 3 that's like a halfway decent 3-point shooter, right? That's
True.
a huge part of the reason why we won that Spurs game. The next few games, they weren't sagging off him as much.
Well, you know what we probably need, Rex? We probably need for Mike Brown to play. I mean, obviously, I think Mike Brown needs to play Tyler Kolek. I think it is a mistake to kind of remove him out of the rotation because even if he has defensive woes, what he does in helping facilitate on the offensive side, getting other guys
night and
involved,
day, bro. Night and day.
Yeah, so I think losing that definitely affects the overall look of the offense because we're noticing it. The other thing too is, and look, I've changed, guys. I know I've been a little rough on this kid lately because I'm just frustrated at when you get opportunities, especially in this climate, in this day and age, after last year when Tibbs is gone and now he's not here, you got to take advantage of these opportunities. So maybe the other person that they really need, it's put up or shut up time, right? The Knicks are struggling offensively. You need somebody that can play defense and is versatile offensively, right? Pacom Dadier, this is your time. Like, I want Pacom Dadier to go to Coach Mike Brown and say, look, I know this is your team. I'm just a player trying to earn my way, but I see we're struggling on offense. A couple of plays I've been watching, I'm looking at the videos. We're running this type of blah, blah, blah here, and the guys are not, in the right spot. This guy's struggling. Look at his percentages right here. I think I can knock that shot down. Like, you got to be smart about it. Go to the coach and say, look, this is why you need to get me out there. I'm going to show you. Come on, man. Why I got to do this?
Look, first of all, you're preaching to the choir, but, if you just look at the actual geometry of it, first of all, he grew an inch since we drafted him. He went from 6'8" to 6'9". So, my God,
Right.
OG's only 6'7". I noticed. They add the shoes to make him 6'8", but materializing out of nowhere, another 6'9" wing that can get his own shot, that's gifted. His NBA talent is scoring, and maybe he's a little weak defensively, but the kid comes into the game, is hitting logo threes. He's going 3 for 3 in 9 minutes. He could put the ball in the hoop. If there's one thing he could do, it's that. And a little bit of defense. What more do you need? And that's the thing that drives me crazy is against the Wizards, against the Nets, why not just try? If it gives you a good performance, you out of nowhere, out of your ass, you pulled a 6'9" guy that can score. That's a first round pick. Like, how does that not make us better when we're struggling on offense right now? Like,
Agreed.
if the other guy is shorter and is not that good of it just immediately presents a challenge for them. They have to solve that. They don't have a scouting report on. The Knicks are a short team that they don't have a guy that can rate their shot. Here, now you have a 6'9" scorer they have to deal with. What do you do?
I agree, Rex. My whole point is now's the time. The team is struggling offensively. They're having issues. They're getting a little lethargic to start games. If there was ever a time to show me that the kid who's lighting up the G League can actually do something, now's the time. We got like 13 games left before the playoffs. Put him out there now. Plus, the other thing about Pacome, which upsets me, that's why I get on the kid, is that he's on a regular contract. So if we needed him, he could actually play in the playoffs. So why not go do something now? Because, that's the bad part. The flip side is, hold on. Mo's on a regular contract, right?
Yes.
Okay. I was tripping for a second. Who's not on a because I know they made some changes. Okay.
Kevin McCullough, which is also a mistake, by the way.
Yeah, McCullough's not on a regular contract.
I know you agree on that. He just dropped 31 the other night himself.
Yeah, you're not going to see him. You got 13 more games to watch Kevin McCullough, possibly get into a game, and then it's going to be bench time.
That's terrible because me and you both like him, and especially now he seems to have found his shot again. The fact that he is on a two-way and Jeremy Sochan is on a regular roster spot is infuriating. That's a topic for another time. In the meantime, in the reality you actually inhabit, last year when I would advocate for Pacome, it was a little bit more going out on a limb because it was more theoretical. He was still struggling in the G League. He has 10 consecutive 20-point games. He just dropped 31. It's not theoretical anymore. You know what I'm saying? If it was still inconsistent, he would go 10. You don't do 10 20-point games consecutively by accident. Oops. that's why it gets crazy to me.
Yep.
And like you see DOR is flourishing also. The two of them know already how to play together. And that's also the other thing of the DOR in the starting unit that people don't want to talk about is if you put DOR in the starting unit, then how do you replace him off the bench? Your bench just got shorter and your bench just got less spacing. So what do? You happen to have another one of them, of the 6'8" French wings that you drafted for a reason, if Mikal is giving you 7 points a game and you have two other French wings that are 6'8" compared to 6'6", who knows? Crazier things. Who saw when the Knicks drafted Mohamed Diawara, the 51st pick, did everybody in the Knicks community go and say, aha, there's the missing piece? You thought this guy was a drafting stash. You put him on a one-year deal. Nobody thought he was even going to play, And here we are. We're saying, like, this kid has to get minutes in the playoffs. Yeah, I think that's a consensus.
I hear you, bro. Let me tell you something right now. I know you don't feel that great about Jeremy Sochan, but I'm gonna tell you right now, my plan is when we start the playoffs that Mo starts over Josh Hart, and that if we happen to play teams like Boston, like Detroit, Mo is going to be guarding a Jalen, Jason Tatum, or he's going to be guarding a Cunningham or whoever the hell, or that is going to be my hair. I know this is going to be a lot for you, young man. Go do it. And then when you falter, that's when I'm bringing in Sochan. And I'm saving OG and Bridges on the rest of these yo-yos. That's what's going to help the Knicks win. Mo and Sochan are going to be big. If I'm the coach, I'm using their length, their defensive ability on the best guys that have that give tall problems to Jalen Brunson. That's who I'm putting out there. Okay, so
we even talked about this in the preseason, Ron, when Mo had that good preseason game when we were all like oohing and awing over the kid. One of the first things I said is, just look how much easier Jalen Brunson's life is next to this kid, because he can actually put the ball on the floor a bit and play make. He's not a PG, but he can handle the rock comfortably more than OG, and he's more aggressive than Mikal. So I completely agree. The only thing is with Sochan, he needs to be around for, and this also even brings it back to the other point, is that Sochan needs 4 shooters around him. We don't really have 4 shooters that.
He does.
And the flip side is, even if you're going to play Sochan, you still need to play Diawara and arguably Dadier. Because you put those 3 out there. We saw that lineup briefly for one possession or something, But again, this is driving me crazy. It's like, I'll put it to you simply. We can wrap up on this because I'm yapping already a little bit. But in Japan, when they do like a team tournament, I play a lot of Street Fighter stuff like that. A team tournament is like everybody goes one by one, right? So the American attitude is you put your strongest player first, and then everybody else, if you beat the strongest player, great, then you're rolling. In Japan, they put the strongest player last. So you're struggling against the worst player of their team, and you're still thinking back of your head, oh my God, this guy is the worst of who has to play, and the big boss is in the back. You know what I mean? Like when you have players like OG and Mikel, and you barely even have to use them to stifle the other team, then they're thinking in the back of their head, oh my, what about when OG comes onto the court, you know?
Yeah.
And I think in the Celtics game, we saw that actually, because who was the guy that locked down? I think maybe OG was out or something, or he didn't get many minutes or whatever it was. But again, it's not theory. It's not, it would be nice. We saw him lock down Jaylen Brown. You're telling me the Celtics aren't trying to beat the Knicks when they play us? Like, we saw this. It happened. We all saw it with our own two eyeballs.
I agree with you, Rex. I think they need to. I'm holding out hope that they're going to switch it up for the playoffs, and we'll see what they do. But hey, man, I appreciate the call. I will see if I get one more call in here before I get out of here. But hey, we'll talk, and hope to see you Saturday if you're available, as always.
I'll try to be around,
Yeah. All right, bro. Take care. Let's go Knicks, man.
Peace out.
All right, bro. Yeah. I mean, Rex was spitting, man. Oh, who's this? Caller, you're on live. SKF Weekly. Your name and where you calling from?
Ron, what's up, man? It's Ron from Baltimore.
Oh, what's up, brother?
How are you?
I'm good, man. Long time no hear. I hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well.
I hope you're doing well.
Same, man. I'm good. I'm good.
I haven't talked with you in a while.
Yeah. It's we're okay over here.
Good, man. That's
or at least as okay as we can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. There's always stuff going on, but
right.
I'm glad to hear you're doing well.
How are you feeling, bro? What's going on with these Knicks, man?
It's just tough to get a read on them because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. After last year, they had a nice little run, and we all have very high expectations coming into the year. So like nothing is ever good enough. Oh, that's not true. I mean, well, in New York, nothing. I mean, we want to hold this team to the standard that the players themselves they get it. They understand what we want, and I feel like there are stretches of the season where I feel like this team's look great, and like if this is the team that I think can go on a run, and then there are stretches when I forget they went 2-9. I forget what the record was, and then the LA trip. I mean, you're going to have games you lose, but like just where you don't look like a championship level team. So I get it. It's the ebbs and flows of the regular season. I would have thought by now we would be although we have become a better defensive team to give them benefit of the doubt. So, I mean, there's signs, but, I don't know, Ron. I really don't know. I don't know if you have to trust the team. Do I trust this Knicks team? I want to trust this Knicks team, but it's hard. It's very challenging. Detroit's very good. Boston's very good. So I'm nervous. I'm being honest. I'm nervous.
Yes, well, you should be. You should be. I mean, like, and I think that's a lot of Knicks fans just feel like you want to believe in the team, but sometimes you're like, yo, guys, I want to believe in you, but can y'all believe in yourselves? Like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. I know it's frustrating.
I mean, like my thing where I'm at now is okay. To me, if we're gonna win in the playoffs, we have to start game like what Mike Brown said. I totally agree. They don't start games well. So if you ain't going to change the starting lineup, they're going to have to they got to change something with their mindset. If you're not changing the players that start the game, you have to change your mindset. So I think that is a big problem. I really do. I think like the start of the game matters, but everything matters. So you can't just, and part of it, and Mike Brown, I actually thought he did a good job explaining, because when you start bad in a game, and that the other team is scoring at will, it gives guys confidence that they, not even the great players, but any player in the NBA, you give them wide open looks to start a game, they could hit 8 threes, because they get confidence. So that's a big problem. And then I also want to just say, I do think Jordan Clarkson, I've been saying this, I know he's not the greatest defender. I understand that, but I personally, and I'll eat crow if he plays bad in the playoffs, but I think he has to be in the rotation and get some minutes. And the reason I say that is because as much as I understand what OG can bring at times, although he's inconsistent, I don't think anybody can take their guy off the dribble without a pick and get into that paint like Jordan Clarkson can, other than Jalen Brunson on the team. Is that a fair take, or do you think I'm over?
No, I so that's why it gets very frustrating for me, bro, because I believe Jordan Clarkson, what I thought Jordan Clarkson was going to bring to this team is the type of stuff he showed early, but he hasn't showed it really since. He did have a great game against Utah, but he's just so inconsistent with his play. He's so up and down. Like, I don't know what to say, what you're going to get. I'll be honest with you. If Jordan Clarkson, if this was Jordan Clarkson maybe 2-3 years ago, I would be so much more happy with having him here. But if I'm being really honest, I would much rather see Pacom Dadier in those minutes with that height and that ability to go do something. The problem is Dadier hasn't shown that he can do anything outside of G League stuff. I hate talking about guys who I believe in, but they're only showing up in the G League. I need you to do it in the NBA floor, not on the G League floor.
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, we need all the help we can get, but like my biggest concern is when we go up, I'll just say Ron, whoever that is, my concern with the team is whenever we go up against physical defenses, we are not the best screening team. Like we don't set. We had like a week or 2 week stretch where we actually, when we beat Denver and I think San Antonio, where I actually saw guys setting good screens, and I actually think it really helped us. But like we don't always set the best screens. So like when we play against physical defenses and you're not setting good screens or you're setting them very slow, you're basically you're forcing Jalen Brunson to have to create everything. And I don't think OG, McHale, none of those guys really can get by their guy. Like OG, when OG gets by his guy, it's awkward. Like he'll dunk the ball occasionally with his power. But I'm talking about skillful dribbles past your man to get into that paint. I don't think we have enough of those guys that can do that.
Right. You're right.
That's my concern because Jalen Brunson has to, like Cat's not, obviously you can throw the ball into the post to Cat where he can create looks for people. I'm talking about getting into that paint with dribbles. Jalen Brunson, other than him, the reason I do think Clarkson, even though he's streaky, is he occasionally can get into that paint. So I don't know, man. I'm nervous, but you know, could the Knicks make a run to the finals? Yes, I think they could. But I also think they could lose in the second round, and that's what I'm worried about because this team, unfortunately, they're not young, and the window is right now. It's not open. This is not an open window, Ron. This is not. Detroit has a window for like the next 3 to 4 years. Boston, as long as they keep Jaylen Brown and Tatum together, I don't know about the Knicks. So they got to get it done, Ron. So I don't know. I'm nervous though.
No, I hear you, brother.
So Josh Hart, and last thing on Josh Hart, I'm nervous with when Josh Hart is left open. I know he's shot it at times well, but if the Knicks are going to make a run, I just feel like Josh Hart has to play so much better and do everything really well if he's not going to shoot it well. So I don't know. I'm not giving up hope, but I'm scared, Ron.
Bro, listen, I think what you just said is very important. I think as Knicks fans, some of us overlook it. But these little things are adding up to big problems for the Knicks. That's why things look so disjointed. That's why we don't look like the same offense we looked like before. Because a little thing like, well, McCall's stuff is big. Him struggling is big. But him struggling is just one person. If everything else is fine, we're good. But it's not. So you got McCall struggling really bad. You got Jalen Brunson struggling so-so. It's not that same level of hot consistency that Brunson usually has, where he has those runs of not missing shots and just going, 10 for 14 or something like that. He's struggling. This past month, he's been struggling, but he's still been doing Brunson things. But then you got Josh Hart, who you can't in the past, it was that thing. If you leave Josh Hart open, that's what the defense would scheme up. And sometimes you get burned and sometimes you wouldn't. Early in the season, he was burning you. Like you were regretting doing that. Now you can just leave him wide open. He's not making the defense pay. That's another thing that's hurting the Knicks. So you got McCall struggling bad. You got Brunson semi-struggling. You got Josh Hart who can't hit an open shot. a perimeter shot anymore. And then you got inconsistent play from Jordan Clarkson. You got lately, it's a little thing, but you got to bring it up because it plays in. You got Mo struggling a little bit with his points totals lately in his games.
Yeah.
Last 3 games, he's been kind of iffy. So
he's been iffy.
Look how many players I've already put fingers up for. You got all that going on, and the only guy that looks really good right now outside of OG has been Cat. So that's a problem. That's why you're struggling. It's too many guys having issues.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. You have to have a consistent balance where you have enough guys playing well. Sure, you're not going to play great every night, but we have a lot of issues right now. Can we get it fixed before the playoffs? Sure, we can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no doubt. Anything in a playoff series, we're talking about a couple games swing these things, and they have the talent. Where I'm concerned again is the energy to start the game, the aggressiveness on the offensive end. When physical defenses get physical with you, are you going to set a screen and be selfless for the next guy next to you and set a really hard, good, like we need to do those things. And like on defense, it's everybody being on a string. We've done it at times better in the second half of the regular season on defense. I'll give the Knicks that. I think they have been better defensively. Probably the best I've seen the Knicks play defense collectively in this group, in my opinion, has been better. So that's good. But Judgment Day is going to come in the playoffs, Ron. Look, that's just how this thing gets judged. So I'm frustrated because I wanted more. But you know what? The last couple of years with Tibbs entering the playoffs, we all felt really good because the team was hot, really hot. I forget what but we had really good records down the stretch where. So anything could happen, Ron. So it's just I hope for our stake. There's been so much put into this season that if we go down, I want it to be with the best version of ourselves, you know?
Right. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Man, listen, thank you for the call. I'm hoping for the best. I don't like this thing where it's just this is a weird time. How can you feel bad about a team that's winning? Right? We just won 3 in a row and it does not feel like it. I don't like this. So let's hopefully.
I mean, the Pacers game was like, no, I'm with you, like, because wait, yeah, even last night's game, like you're right, like it just they were wins, but like with the team, they were wins, but you didn't feel great about it.
No, I don't like that.
I didn't feel great about it.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, we got to get right, man. I know we will. We just have to go through we got to go through the motions. This is gonna be all right. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be all right.
All right, man.
All right,
hang
man.
in.
Thanks for the call, brother.
Take care.
All right, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
All right, Jay, where you at? You better call in quick before Joe from AC gets you. Where you at, Jay? Let's see here. All right, caller, you're on live, SKF Weekly. This is the show. This is the place to be. This is where it's at. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, your name and where you calling from.
Hey, man, that sounded really good. I was letting you go there for a second. No, man, that was awesome. I'm calling from Atlantic City. My name
is this Joe?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing,
I'm
brother?
a big fan of your show, man. I watch you a lot. I just haven't really had a chance to call in for you, but man, I hear you talk on your takes on other shows and everything. Big ups to you, salute to you, man. I love your show and everything. So thanks for having me on and taking my call.
No doubt, brother. Thank you. I mean, listen, thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for supporting other shows too in the Knicks community that you may see me on. I appreciate you, man. That's the reason why this community is so dope, because we got people that tune in and show love to everybody. So what's on your mind, man?
Yeah, man, I'm glad I caught you. You guys are talking about a couple things while I was listening that I wanted to chime in on. First thing about Josh Hart, I feel like Josh Hart moves the best in offense when he's going in transition.
Mm-hmm.
Like his best offense to me is when he's driving straight. He's not looking for anyone else. He's got the ball in transition and he's heading to the basket. That's when I like Josh Hart. I haven't really been a big fan of his 3-point offense, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really think that we really need it down the stretch. There's certain players on the team right now that I feel like if we focus mainly on their 2-point offense instead of getting them too many threes, it's going to help us. Because, right now, if you look how the offense is going, we're kind of stagnant and slow, right?
Right.
The way that we start these games off.
Uh-huh.
But I think the reason for this is because we got too many guys on the floor doing the same thing. So if we are able to get another score that's able to get in the post and break the offense or break down the defense through penetration,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's where the Knicks are going to thrive. So right now, I'm seeing it from Clarkson, and he's been getting some minutes lately, and he's been excelling. I'm glad that we finally have inserted him back into the lineup. It's just kind of funny how things work out. It took a Utah game for Mike Brown to really see what he has in Clarkson. But I've been saying, for a while now that Clarkson needs to get minutes, and he can be an integral part of what we're trying to do. So I don't know how you feel about that. But even like Mikal Bridges, man. Mikal Bridges, dude, he's been slacking lately, but I'm not really worried about how his offense has been lately. I think he's going to really show out in the playoffs, and that's where Mikal's going to, turn up. Hey, man, you still hear me, right?
No, yeah, I hear you. I'm listening. I didn't want to interrupt you, man. You was cooking, so I wanted to let you speak.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, with Jordan Clarkson, he's gonna have some good games for us. Like we already saw him, show out in the cup. I know he isn't the best defensive player, but I know, from what he's showing us, he can have a potent impact on the offensive end.
Yeah,
I just like the way he drives to the basket.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, that cut you off.
No. I was gonna say I agree with you. I think what you're saying. Look, the bottom line is I think the Knicks have made a lot of good moves and smart moves to get the best you can get with the money that you got. I think Jordan Clarkson could really help this team if he just, because the thing about Jordan Clarkson, how I say that we don't have a lot of guys on this team that can create for themselves and get their own shots. Jordan Clarkson can do that. Problem with Jordan Clarkson is that he's so inconsistent with his play. But he's got a bag, he's got a game. He knows how to drive to the rim. He's got a floater. He's got obviously he can shoot the three. He can really go on a streak with the way he plays. We just need to see more of that. And sometimes I think that even when you've been in the league for a lot of years, confidence is important. And maybe he sometimes has issues with his confidence. Granted, mind you, he was with Utah for like 6 years. He's coming to the New York Knicks, coming away from his comfort zone. Like in Utah, even though he wasn't the best player, he was still one of the guys. You saw they gave him a tribute, and you saw how much they appreciate him in Utah. So to leave that, come to the Knicks where you're just one of the guys coming off the bench at that, it is a big transition. It's a big difference. And then when you go out there and you don't score or do what we expect you to do consistently, it can be a little tough. So I think he was kind of going through the motions a little bit. And I hope that right now he's kind of figured it out, because Mike Brown has definitely noticed that we need a spark. We need to have something happen. And so he's relying on Jordan Clarkson to give the Knicks some type of spark.
Yeah, I think he can do it. And, I agree with you. Like when he came here, I think he kind of had, he kind of wanted to show out, like, show what he can do. Like he wanted to prove himself, like I kind of agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing about Clarkson though is that why I really like him in our roster and our rotation is because he has an IQ, like a really high basketball IQ. There's something I saw him do the other night. It was like a shotgun action, like kind of like a pick and roll action, and we haven't been doing much of it lately. And I feel like with our offense, the more we do these actions, the better off we're going to be. Because it seems like our offense needs easy buckets. Like it's finding easy buckets in transition that we need, and that's how we're successful.
Listen, let me tell you something, Joe. You are speaking to my ears when you say stuff like that. I've been hoping for the Knicks to start doing stuff to create easier opportunities to score baskets. We do not have to keep settling. It's one thing to say your offense is, we want to get up, 30 to 43s a game because it creates the spacing. We do all that. Fine. But if the shots ain't falling, find a way to get easy looks at the basket. Sometimes, it's always that thing. If you played basketball before as a shooter or whatever, they tell you, just get a couple shots up. Just as soon as you see the ball, even if you get fouled and go to the free throw line, if you see the ball go in the net, that can help you get back to where you need to be. And the Knicks just don't do a great job of doing that. And some of these guys, I mean, we are white. I don't even know what's our standing right now, but I know it's got to be low. We're not even one of the best free throw, not as far as how many free throws we make, but as far as how many we take. We don't get to the line in comparison to some of these other teams in the league. So we got to do better at that.
Yeah, it's just little simple things, man. A little pick and roll can go a long way. Like I saw it the other night. Mitchell Robinson set the screen for Jordan Clarkson, and then Clarkson got Mitchell Robinson the dump pass, and then Mitchell Robinson hit Cat with an alley-oop, and it was just an easy two. And that was the double big lineup. So, I just like seeing those actions where we're moving the basketball, and everything looks good. I've also seen that action with Jalen Brunson, and I do agree with you. Like Brunson needs to learn how to be more of a merchant. Like I know they're trying to call him out and say, "Oh, Brunson's a merchant." I think you should do it even more. Like just try to get to the free throw line, because the team that gets more free throws, man, he had 10 the other night. And I know we're all saying, "Oh, Jalen Brunson hasn't been playing well." I kind of agree with that. He has another level to his game, but the fact that he can get into the free throw line more is going to be huge for us, especially in the playoffs, because that's what these other teams do to us. They're always trying to get to the free throw line, always trying to get 3 points. If it's Luka, if it's SGA, if it's KD, all these top players, they're getting to the free throw line and they're getting free baskets for their team.
I mean, it's true. Look, so I'm looking at it right now. The Knicks are 24th in the league in free throw attempts.
Yeah, see, that can't fly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brunson needs to get to the line more and, try to draw more contact. That's what our team needs. We need people driving to the basket. Just try to get to the line. I see a lot of plays where we're not really. We take bonehead shots from way out that are just twos, and it's just a rebound for the other team. I hate seeing it. I hate seeing that. When we get the hockey assist going, we get the ball moving, and we're all in sync, and we get that dump pass, drive to the lane, get the defense to the collapse, and then rotate the ball. That looks great. I've seen him do that a couple times.
That's a fact. Hey, that's my core principles right there, Joe. It's move the ball, move your body, trust your teammates.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
We got to. Some of these defenses on the other team, they're so slow to react to what we're doing. We don't even see that, we can move the defense ourselves. Like, I just feel like sometimes we have, like, a low IQ offensive set. And that's my big, my gripe with Mike Brown is sometimes I feel like our offense should be better. Like, we brought him here to do that. Mm-hmm. That's what Tibbs was lacking in. And Tibbs was very stubborn when getting in our players. Like, last year during the playoffs, I'm so glad I brought this up. I was screaming. I was jumping up and down. I was getting on KFTV, and I'm saying, it's only this amount of games left. We need to get Shamit and Dylan Wright in the lineup. They need to play. They're going to help us. We can get Huck 42. He could help us too. And Tibbs would not put these guys in. Tibbs would not put any of these guys in and let them play.
Right.
And it was to his detriment. It's why he got fired.
Yeah.
You've asked me.
The reason
he got fired was like Game 7.
That's true. That's true. You're not wrong about that. I mean, he needed to be a little better at in-game adjustments and understanding that he could get more, especially when you had a sample size. He did play a couple of these guys, and he got to see that they were doing better, that they were creating. We had better defensive matchups when certain guys were in there. We couldn't stop guys, and then the combination of Shamit and others that he wasn't playing, they started to do some work. Yeah, he was just stubborn in his ways, man.
Yeah, I'm just, I see what Mike Brown is doing now, and I understand it. But there's certain times where he does subs that I don't really understand. Like the other night, he just randomly threw in Dadier. I know you like Dadier, so
yeah,
he did have those.
Well, hold on.
Shots.
Let me be honest here. It's not that I like Dadier or I don't like Dadier. I just want Dadier to take advantage of his opportunity so he can create something from it, because I believe that the same thing that you see Mo Diawara doing, Dadier could be out there doing, but he's not taking advantage of his opportunity. I like Kevin McCullough Jr. That's my guy, but he's not getting the same opportunity. But it is what it is.
Yeah, with McCullough, I like him too. You're right. I think he's a good player. He can hit some good shots, nice threes. He's got a little bit of a handle. He could, he can make good passes. It's funny with McCullough. It's just I don't see him getting any burn because right now with the way the rotation is, even with all these guys out,
Yeah.
like we're having issues right now closing these games out. So I don't think Mike Brown is going to want to put another player into the rotation. He's
true.
even hesitant to put in Kolek. And I would like to see some Kolek minutes. I think he can help us too.
I agree.
Honestly, that's a big gripe I have with Mike Brown too, is like not using Kolek because he's a good point guard. I know Alvarado's good, right? Alvarado's been having some good minutes for us, but it's I don't know. I think Kolek could help us.
Yeah. No,
even in that place, even if Alvarado has to sit.
Right. Listen, Joe, I think you're not saying anything that's wrong, brother. I agree with everything you're saying. I think that, time will tell if these guys get an opportunity to show and prove. But what we really want is for Mike Brown to continue to be flexible, and flexible on both sides. Flexible on one side of, hey, let me give somebody an opportunity to see what they can do. But also flexible on the side of, hey, I tried this. This is not working. I got to switch it up. So be willing to make a change.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
The other night, there was 2 substitutions he made. It was, I think he did put in Clarkson and Kolek for like 2 to 3 minutes.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah. It was
Why
quick.
do you think he did that? Why do you think he just put them in for that small amount of time? Very strange.
I kind of feel like, I mean, I don't know. I can't, I don't know. It's tough to know with Mike Brown because we've only had him here for a year. But I kind of feel like he is starting to say to himself, maybe I need to get both of these guys back in the rotation. Like Clarkson has been kind of slowly getting back into it, but I feel like he's also seeing that the offense is having so many problems getting going that maybe I need Kolek in there, because the thing is Alvarado is not a bad facilitator. And when he's out there playing minutes, you see the numbers. He's 4 assists here, 5 assists there. He had 7 assists the other day. Like he can do some stuff, but I think what Mike Brown likes about Kolek is that Kolek has a familiarity with the team. And he may not be a great defender, but he's 6'4", and Alvarado's small. So sometimes, you can play defense by just having a taller body, and a little bit more height does help. So I just kind of feel like, he's starting to realize that maybe I need to kind of figure out a way to maybe I need to sacrifice a little defense to get our offense going, because we're too stagnant and too many guys are struggling.
Yeah, that's what I like about Kolek. If you could compare the two between Brunson and Kolek, I would say Kolek is more pass first.
Yes.
And then Brunson as of late has been pass first, because,
right.
But overall, I'd say Brunson is more.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. I agree with you.
But I like that with Kolek because he knows how to get his teammates to drive and cut and collapse the defense, and then he makes a good pass. See, Brunson, I feel like lacks a little bit more in that area, in my opinion.
Right. Right.
So I don't know how you feel about that.
No, I agree. I think that's kind of what Brunson is more of, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just that we have guys on this team that need a little bit more help. And so unfortunately, that's why you got to find somebody who can come in off the bench to do that type of stuff. Hold on 1 second. Let me see here.
Yeah, I just hate to see them take these wild shots all the time. Like, I want to see some smarter basketball, especially when we play these like worse teams. Versus the Warriors, we started off like down, I think it was 21 points.
Mm-hmm.
What was that in the first half? And we had to. It was like playing the final, or not the finals, in the playoffs last year, like having to come back 20-something points.
Yep.
And it's like, why do we always do this to ourselves? Like, it's honestly our calling card. Yeah, come back from large leads. That's like the next thing. You probably put that in a 2K game. But what I'm saying is why does that have to be a thing? Why can't we, I want to see us start strong, hold the lead, and then beat them at the end and finish them at the end. That's how I like to win games. I don't like to lose the entire time, then have to come back at the end and then finish the game.
Right.
And hopefully we win. We do that too much.
Yeah, that's not the way to go. Hey, well, listen, Joe. Hey, I appreciate the call, my guy. Thank you for calling, and I appreciate all the support, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Salute to your show. You guys are awesome. Make sure everyone in the chat likes and subscribes.
Appreciate
again,
you,
man.
my guy.
I appreciate you.
Thanks.
All right,
Don't listen. Now that you called, you know where to find us. I mean, I'm only really on 2 times a week on Mondays and Saturdays for the most part, unless I do an impromptu show. But you're always welcome, brother.
Yeah, you just reminded me. I didn't even know that you did calls. I was going to bring that up. I was going to ask you.
Yeah. On
something new that you
Saturdays,
do?
sometimes I do them, and sometimes I haven't been because it's a little bit more to handle on Saturdays with an open panel with a bunch of people, and then to try to take calls in the middle of it. Sometimes it gets a little crazy, so I like to kind of save it for Mondays. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this and I'll go. I kind of like having that connect or that talk when there's people on the panel and then they can chime in on what the caller's saying. That's kind of cool too.
Yeah, that's why I like
Thanks.
to I like to
Thanks
mix it
again.
up. I like to mix it up. Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, man. You take care. Have a great rest of your night.
Have a good one, man.
All right, bro. All right. So I think that's it. Unless Jay calls in right now, that's the only call I'm going to take. If Jay calls in, I'll take that call, and then I'm out of here. I'll give Jay a couple minutes if he wants to, because he's been trying to call in. But, if he went to bed, because I know he's getting a little long in the tooth in his old age since he just turned 50. And I understand. It might be tough. Anyway, but I do want to thank everybody. I was only going to be on the show for an hour today, but the calls came in, and I realized that I haven't done, I haven't been here. I'm life be lifing with work and my office relocation and all that stuff. So I haven't had a chance to really do the shows on Monday as much, and I haven't had a chance to really take phone calls. So I wanted to make sure I gave you guys at least a fair moment tonight. I mean, in the future, I may have to cut calls short and get up out of here. But today I was like, let me let it rock. That number seems familiar. Hold on 1 second. Caller, you are on live. This is SKF Weekly. Name where you're calling from. Hello, caller?
Hello. Hello.
Oh man. Yes.
Rudy?
Yes.
Rudy?
Hello? The worst part about you is when you have such a distinct voice, you can't disguise it.
Sucks.
It does. I know. I get that too. It is what it is. What's up, brother?
Hey, I want double the time that Rex had.
No,
So
that's cool.
still
You know what?
minutes.
I figured out.
No,
I figured out how.
I'm only playing.
I got you.
Actually, would like 1/64th of the time.
Because I figured out how we could both win. I just got to let you talk. I could go away. Like.
Yeah, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Matter of fact, just put the thing on put the picture towards me, and we'll be right.
Yeah, man. Nah,
Look,
man.
Everybody did a great
first
job.
off,
I actually turned it off for a minute, about to turn it off, and I heard that long in the tooth comment, and I wasn't gonna call. I mean, you should check your whatchamacallit. I actually said blessings and
I saw you. I know you said
good
good night. I saw you, but I wasn't gonna let you get up out of here without me saying something to you. Listen, first off, before you say anything else, how was your birthday?
Birthday was fantastic. Did the I don't even know
steakhouse
name.
Was it good?
Unbelievable.
Good.
Super
good.
Crazy. Good. Flaming young. Just kept getting thrown at me, and it was just amazing. And it was one of the Brazilian joints, but a higher end one with the filet mignons and the chicken. They had this crazy Parmesan chicken wrapped in like
bacon?
Brazilian bacon.
I knew it.
Oh, Lord Jesus! I've been sleeping for about a day and a half. Yeah.
All right. Get to it now. L said chop, Jay.
Yeah, chop. Face plant, L. Face plant. Or what she was saying she was doing. Listen, I'm so old and I'm so tired. I'm just gonna say this. I'm listening to everybody, and I had a point about 3 hours ago that I was going to make a whole bunch of points, and I'm just going to say that less than 5, promise. Hell. I just wanted to say that whatever is going on with Mikhail is definitely between the ears.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, his shots off. Yes, but a coach needs to take over and tell. And you know what? If you're not on and you're completely off of that, and Nick Yak, it was my birthday. You know, then you know what? Take him out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't start him. Give him some time. You know, like, you know what? Say, the team comes first. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much you know what you did 2 years ago. You went to Brooklyn. Anybody be the number one in Brooklyn? Stop it. I've never been a huge Mikhail fan. I've never been a big fan of that trade, period. However, when a guy gets over here, I root for him because he's a Knicks. So I'm going to root for this guy to the best of my ability, right? And Josh, 100%. But that's a different story. You asked Ron. My middle name is Ron, so I answered. All right, so listen, I think that there's certain people, you want to mix it up. Not for 3 minutes. Mix it up for a little longer. I don't care if that was the most embarrassing win I have ever seen from a team that is supposed to do all this, you know, wonderful things. I cannot at all just say this is just the players. This is a coach. This is the players. For some reason, we draft terrible. We're in a funk. We win sometimes. We lose sometimes. What kind of team are we? Like, I can't even put my finger on this. Tibbs had us rolling. We knew where we were going on a regular basis. I know Tibbs is not here no more. It's all good. But he was better for Cat. He was better for Mitch. He was better for a lot of guys. I think that we definitely need, for a fact, a 6'4", 6'5" point guard type player, and just let our guy be the combo 2 guard that he should be, and let Mikhail come off the bench for a little while. What's it going to hurt to have Mikhail come off the bench? We're going to miss, what, 7 points?
Or you know what, Jay?
And
not to cut you off because I know you've been waiting to speak.
Yeah, good.
You know what they could do? Maybe they go get a 2 guard that can facilitate, so that, you know, and for appearances, Jalen Brunson still be the point guard, but you get a 2 guard that can facilitate.
That you know what? I thought you were making a joke because that's what we have now. But
yeah, but do we?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You know what? I actually like that. That too. That works as well. When he goes to facilitate, okay, we're great with 30 assists or more. It takes away from he's a scorer. Leave him alone. He's a scorer. Let him be a scorer. Just like Cat. No one's asking Cat to do more than rebound and score. But we need a facilitator so that Brunson could just go find himself a spot. Doesn't need to have the ball. Then we won't be screaming dribble, dribble, dribble all the time. All right? And start Mikhail on the bench this next game. See what happens. You know what I'm saying? You look, we have a good team. Tell me right. I know that we have people on here right now that are saying, you know, all our Knicks fans. I'm gonna say Joey, my man Joey. I love you, Joey, but that, you know, we're negative and we lost our you know, love for the team. No, I love this team, but I got eyeballs. We just really scrape by a team that was a EFG, wasn't even a G League team. We scraped by them. And we can't keep up with the big, fast guys. You know, listen, and our center play, as good as he is and as great as he plays 15 minutes and can't play back-to-backs. These are all facts.
But as I keep telling you, Jay, once the playoff starts, Mitch will be playing every game.
That's true. But if we don't get if we don't stay within the top two, or at least a three.
Yeah, we got to stay within three.
You're not going to want to see. You're not going to want to see Charlotte. You're not going to want to see. Right now, you're not going to want to see Atlanta. You're not going to want to see Atlanta right now. I'm telling you that for a fact. So, listen. Of course, let's go Knicks. Knicks every day. Go New York. Go New York. Go. But I would like to see them stick with, do a few moves, change it up a little bit. If Deuce comes back, let him play a little too. Let Bridges needs to figure something out right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's sleep.
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Somebody like I mean, how much more help can you get, Bridges? You got the dude who worked on his shot with him on the staff. Like the French dude is there, whatever he is. The European guy is there. Like somebody got to work with Bridges, get him right. What we doing?
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny you said something before about like, what if we didn't?
If we didn't trade for Mikal Bridges, if we didn't trade for Mikal Bridges, I honestly, I haven't really thought about it, bro. But as I was thinking about it right now, I'm like, I don't know if we would have got Cat, because I don't know if I would have wanted Cat. If I'm the Knicks. How do I say, we know we need defensive. We need another wing. We don't get the wing, yet we go out and get Cat, who we know doesn't play defense, and add him to Jalen Brunson. I don't know if I would have been able to make that trade. So if we didn't get Bridges, I don't know if we could have got Cat.
Right. But who did we trade for Cat? Right? So we still would have probably could have gave money to Dante, probably could have, I don't know about Randall, whatever, all that with ifs and I'm not going to go through right now.
But, the thing is, Jay, some Knicks fans, I don't know if you felt that way. Some Knicks fans wanted us to run it back to begin with. Some people didn't want us to make any moves. They wanted to see, because remember, the year before that, everybody was hurt.
Right. No, I'm one of them that wanted to run it back. I definitely did want to make that trade. It killed me when they made that trade. It killed me. I mean, and then if you have 5 number 1 picks, you have a way greater chance of going out there and getting somebody else. I mean, listen, for Mitch pissed me off for 3 straight years because it wasn't his fault, right? But he was hurt every year. But when he's not hurt, he makes teams do something different. That Shaw always says, you can't go north-south on him. You have to go east-west. You have to find yourself a way around him. He's going to block. He's going to he is going to run that defense. But if you could get a center that plays defense and can score you 15 points to play while this guy is only playing 15 minutes, and I think this is the new Mitch. Do you think in the future Mitch is going to be 25 minutes every game?
No, I kind of think that what they're doing with him might be more of what you will see from him going forward to keep him healthy. I mean, this is kind of the healthiest he's been in a while, even though he's missed some games. But you know what I mean? Like, hasn't really missed as many games as he's done when he's had those tough seasons. Oh, where's Mitch at right now? Let's see. I'm curious. Mitchell Robinson stats. Let's see where he's at right now. He has played.
With you, though. Just while you're looking that up, I totally agree with you. I think that what we're watching is the new normal. And he'll play in the playoffs, like you said, because it's not back-to-backs. And he'll probably put a little extra minutes in the playoffs. But during the year, this is what you get.
Yeah.
That's 100%. So we could have been, with the roster that we had to start with, a closer first, like Detroit came out smoking. But that could have been us. We could have been fighting for that position right now if we had a player that played way more minutes. If we had a different, not McHale, we didn't get 5 picks from McHale. If we had somebody different at that spot, whatever it might be.
Well, I will say this.
And there's a lot of changes that could happen.
Mitchell Robinson has played 50 games so far. So here's the bad thing. How does Mitch feel about not being able to play? He can't even qualify, because there's only about 13, 14 games left. And the way they're using him right now is not like he's going to play every game. So he can't even qualify for any awards, even if he earned any. So how does he feel about that? Another year, because remember, at one point he said he wanted to win the Defensive Player of the Year. He said he wanted to be first team. He can't do any of that. He's never going to qualify.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. And you know what? He probably has money on that. Like, those are all money things. You know what I'm saying? Like, to add to his contract things. If you get this, you get there. He's never going to get that.
Yeah.
And so, we definitely need a backup center. Like, I'm talking about a two-way center. Period. Right. Period. So,
Well,
I know people are tired, people are sighing, but they could go and they can go to sleep and stuff.
Well,
but I'm going to say thank you for every time I try to call. I think that you thought the last guy was me, and I was trying to play around with you.
No, I knew that wasn't you. Because I saw him. I saw him in the chat. He wanted to call in, so that's why I told you to call in before he called in, because I knew he was trying to call in. I was like, "Well, hey Jay, now's the time."
Both times I called, it rang, and then it got busy.
Yeah, I don't have that sophisticated setup yet. I got to talk to Karan of the Objective Knicks fan, see how he does it. I'm just happy to be able to take phone calls, but eventually I'll have it set up a little later where I can take one call and maybe have somebody in the queue and you can listen to the show while I'm talking. So, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
It's all right. But we still love you, Ron. You're the best, man. If y'all love Ron, man, put a one finger in the air, press 1 right now, and press 100 on that screen.
I appreciate you,
Ron.
Jay.
Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, listen, Ron, bless you and your wife and your family, man, and everything. Thank you for the shout-outs for my Earth Day, and peace to all my Knicks family. All right? God bless you. You can go to sleep now, El damn it. Pew pew. And I'll talk to you.
All right, later. Jay, man. I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you more, brother. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, bro.
Peace. Let's go, Mets.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me shut that down before any more calls come in. All right, guys. Hey, man, great show, great calls, really good stuff. Good stuff. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that called in. Appreciate the new caller calling in for the first time. Thank you, guys. And I also want to say thank you to the chat, man. You guys have been rocking and rolling all night. I appreciate the love, especially on a very busy night for Knicks content. Mondays are always nuts, and a lot of people out here rocking and rolling tonight. So I thank you guys for showing me a little love. I appreciate that. Shout out to the people that are on X that are still trying to find me. I mean, it's a big difference, man. I know. Usually on these shows, I have almost 100 people on X watching, tuning in. And there's 3 watching right now because I still don't even have all of the followers back on my screen yet. So I'm going to try to continue to follow people and hopefully they start following me again. Because the thing is, when you're on X, if they're not following you, they don't know you're on. So it is what it is. So eventually it'll get there again. Shout out to the hackers, yo. You did good work, yo. You got me up out of there. Anyway. So I want to thank you guys once again. Shout out to Mello Mike in the building, Ron Mills. I see y'all. Appreciate you, Mello. Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Salute to you, man. Yeah, thanks to everybody. Look, right now is a little tough time because we're going through adversity, and it's the weirdest adversity ever. Winning games and looking bad at the same time. Who wants that? You know what I mean? But look, in the end, and shout out to Nick Yak. I see you, Craig. Appreciate you. Let's just hope that they continue to find their way, man. The Knicks are a very funky team, and they're never gonna do anything the right way. So it's always gonna be adversity, and it's gonna be a struggle fest. So, but when the playoffs start, believe me, that light turns on. You get the Jalen Brunson that's ready to play. He's not playing around. You get the Mikal Bridges that's ready to play. He's not playing around. And hopefully a lot of this other stuff that we got going on, we get other people unlocked, a new level of Mo Diawara. Maybe Alvarado will find his motion and see where he can be and become a pest again and really get out there and work. Jordan Clarkson might be able to step up if he gets time. So let's just hope for the best, man. Hope for the best. Knicks are 44-25 right now in third place, and we still look at them like, what the hell are they doing? But they're a good team, guys. No matter how we want to look at them, they're a good team. We just have to respect them and understand that this is a process, and it's just one of those. It's not sweet. It ain't cute. It's the Knicks. So anyway, you know what I always say, and it's never been more true than right now. The good, the bad, the ups, the downs, no matter what, we are still Knick fans because they will test you, man. Shout out to Knick Nation in the building. I seen you, my brother. I like your little avatar now. Dope. Or, appreciate you. You stepping up the game, man, getting mics and stuff. I see you. Yes, Knicks team is bipolar. Let's remember that. That's a fact. Have faith in our team. That's right, L. Shout out to Dwayne Dennis in the building. Salute. Just waiting for the playoffs. This team takes the joy out of the season with their erratic play. They're just not polished. Yeah, it's a work in progress. Yeah. It feels like after every game, it's to be continued. ... Thank you, Rasu. Appreciate you. Salute, Randu. Anyway, all right. Ladies and fellas, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. Get some rest. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a new Knick game. So let's keep it going, man. Let's keep the good vibes going and keep remembering that this team is going to be what they are. We just have to watch them and root for them, and hopefully they get right. But please continue to smash that like button if you haven't already done so. Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knick fans will be back again, whether it be on Monday nights at 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly. Myself, my brother John, brother Jose, holding down on ones and twos. You know how we do. Or on Saturdays for Know the Ledge at 11:30, open panel style, where we do have our little therapy sessions and talk each other off the ledges. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. I appreciate all you guys. And let's get a win tomorrow, man. And hopefully it's a better game. Because the way they move, man, they definitely get you stressed out. Tomorrow's matchup should be a little bit better, I think, because it's the Pacers again. But this time around, we saw what they threw at us last time. I think the Knicks are gonna they're gonna come out a little better versus the Pacers this time around. I just feel so. And plus, we're at the Garden. Last time we were in Indiana, so let's hope that translates to something. We'll see. Anyway, you guys take care. Have a great night. And remember what I always say, be good. If you can't be good at it. We out of here, baby. Let's go.
New York Knicks. First. Go Knicks.
We can finally, start playing, man. So much talk this whole summer. It's felt like so long because we've had so much to talk about. At times it was been kind of slow, but we've been talking, right? But we've actually had a really good off season for this New York Knicks team, and it's been very active. There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Knicks family, we in the building. I am the Objective fan from the Objective Knicks fan channel. And I'm going to give a big salute to Ron and John from Still Knicks fans.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Knicks family, I'm Stephanie, a.k.a. Blood Sweat and Tears. We are still Knicks
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Lady and the Chef from Two Knicks Chicks Podcast. Still a Knicks fan.
What's good, party people in place B? It's the main man.
What's up, everybody? This is Eva Lodge 21 at Two Knicks Chicks Podcast, and I'm still a Knicks fan.
Yo, this is your boy Sin from Nothing But Knicks. Through all the struggles, through all the heartache and pain, ladies and gentlemen, I am still a Knicks fan.
Peace, y'all. This is Apollo Reed from the Garden Knicks crew. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm still a Knicks fan.
I'm still here. We're still here. Still Knicks fans. It's a fandom. It's a lifestyle.